Welcome to Silicon Valley Asian Business Talk.
Hello, everyone. I'm Rajat Chen, a professor at the University of San Francisco Center for Business Studies and Innovation in Asia Pacific, and short for CBSI AP. Today, first, we want to thank the Facebook House for hosting this event. This is a very, very special venue for us to do this interview. And we also want to thank you, Raj, for coming to our interview program. And would you please briefly introduce yourself before we start the conversation?
Yeah, thanks, Roger, for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. So I'll give a quick introduction about myself. I'm originally born in Toronto, Canada. I grew up around the world in different countries, Abu Dhabi and UK. Parents originally came from India. And I went to Waterloo undergrad, did engineering and economics there. In my last year, Waterloo is where I came up with the idea for the company that eventually became Lyft, and started working with my co-founders there, Logan, John, and other folks. I also got into this program in the US. It's a PhD MBA program at MIT, very unique program. Only 4 people in the world were accepted into it. So I felt, it was a great opportunity. It was a full ride at MIT. I started my program there at MIT, but I realized it was nothing compared to the thrill of startup. So I dropped out, and began working, on my entrepreneurial career. And this was in 2008, the absolute bottom of the stock market, the biggest part of the recession in the fall. Everyone thought I was absolutely crazy, but I was ready to be hopeless. I was ready to do whatever I needed to do to make this, make startups work. And it turned out to be a great time to start a company. And so that's how it started. I started another company called Presto, which became the market leader for AI and automation in the restaurant space, working with big restaurant chains like Applebee's and Chili's, Denny's, Red Lobster, Del Taco, and Jack in the Box, those types of big
And you eventually went for a public,
I went public in 2022. And I left shortly thereafter, and since then I've started 2 new companies. One is called Lima, which is a mission-driven organization I've started with my wife to help skilled immigrants come to the U.S. So we help skilled immigrants with every part of their journey to get visas and green cards, because the immigration system in the U.S. is a nightmare, and I know this as an immigrant myself, and having a lot of immigrants working for me. And then I also started another company, which is back to my tech roots. It's called Tribe. It's the next generation group chat platform. It's what I think is going to be next after WhatsApp, after WeChat, after all these legacy platforms, which are over 10 years old at this point. And so we're trying to reinvent group chat and really focusing on building closer communities online on your phone. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I also have a podcast called Founders in Arms, and I do this with the CEO and founder of Mercury, Imad Akut. We talk to different founders every week. We've had some great people on. We had Aaron Levy last week from Box. We had Paul English from Kayak. A lot of great people coming on the podcast, and something I enjoy doing to contribute back to the community.
Thank you very much.
My simplest and critical criteria of selecting people.
So these days, when you, especially for the early stage ventures, what's your approach of forming, or first for selecting core team members and working with the teams, even set up the teams? Maybe you can share something about that, because you touched on these kind of people issue, but could you elaborate this point?
Yeah, I wouldn't overcomplicate it. I would, try to work with great people, get things done. And when you have someone who's not getting things done, be ruthless about cutting them.
And also, before you kind of selecting these people, you see, try to find the right people. What's your criteria of great people?
Great people are people who solve problems quickly and get things done and communicate really well.
So that's your criteria.
Yeah, it's very simple, and I don't think you need to make it more complicated. If someone's solving problems quickly, getting things done, just really just focus on that. Filter out everything else. Filter out everything else. Just like, doesn't matter what school they went to. I don't think it matters where they're based. I don't. Obviously communication is important, so that's not something you can talk about. If you don't understand what they're saying, if they're not responding to you, that's a problem, right? But almost nothing else matters, and it doesn't matter how old they are, how young they are. There's so many other things that distract people.
So basically say, maybe communication will become a soft skill, but other than that, just look at the results.
Get the stuff done, yeah. But, if they're a designer, are they making good designs or getting stuff done? If they're an engineer, are they building good stuff, delivering on time and, like all those things, like, are the salespeople, are they selling,
That's interesting. But how do you look at the other side of these people, like a personal characters, personalities,
You want
trustworthy?
to work with good people. You don't want to, if someone's a jerk or someone's a liar, nobody wants to. It's very obvious.
Mm,
Yeah, I don't, you don't want to work with people, but you don't want to over optimize. You don't have to work with a saint, You don't have to work with someone who's like spending free time, at a charity or something. Like, you keep it simple.
okay, that's your thought. That's great.
Thank you for watching.